Everyone, this is Assistant Professor B.S. Chima, and today we are going to discuss about agriculture extension education. What is extension education? The word extension is derived from the Latin word tensio, meaning stretching, and ex, meaning out. Extension education means that type of education which is stretched out into the villages, into the fields, beyond the limits of schools and colleges, to which the formal type of education is normally confined. Definition of extension education. Extension education is the process of teaching rural people how to live better by learning ways to improve their farm, home, and community institutions. If we are talking about the father of extension education, then we know that father of extension education is Dr. Jean Paul Legans. It is also called as Dr. J.P. Legans. And father of Indian extension education is Dr. K.N. Singh, Dr. Kedarnath Singh. Next is the definition of education. Education is the process of developing capabilities of the individual so that they can adequately respond to their situation, adequately respond to their surrounding, whatever the things uh, happening in the surround, they can respond in a better way. We can also define education as process of bringing desirable change into the behavior of any human being. Okay, types of education. There are, we know that there are three types of education: formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. So we will discuss one by one. Okay, what is formal education? It is systematic, organized education model, structured, administered according to a given set of laws and norms. Presenting a rather rigid curriculums are there as required objectives, content, and methodologies. It corresponds to the education process normally adopted by our schools and universities. It is a planned with a particular end in view, okay, limited to a specific period, well defined and systematic curriculum given by specially qualified teachers. There is the interaction between the teachers and the students, includes activities outside the classroom. Okay, it observes strict discipline. Okay, so this was all about the formal education. Next is informal education. It does not correspond to any organized or systemic education center. This type of education is a long process in which any individual get knowledge, skill, attitude, insight from daily experience and exposure at home. Means any individual getting some information, getting some knowledge from their surround. Okay, it is not a systematic way from anywhere any individual can get the knowledge. There are some characteristics. First is incidental and spontaneous process. Okay, not pre-planned. It is not pre-planned, not imparted by any specialized agency. It is not controlled by any agency. Okay, no prescribed timetable. There is no any timetable, no any curriculum, no any content syllabus. Okay, maybe negative also. Any individual can get some negative information, negative knowledge. Okay, so there is not the all the things will be positive. There can be some negative things also in informal education. Next is non formal education. It is organized and systemic education activity carried out carried on the outside the framework of formal system to provide selected type of learning to a particular group. Means there is some one direction education in which their aims are clear, in which their goals are clear. Means uh, after some time, after the particular time after some time bound, they will give you some certificate. Means you will be able to learn within that period of time. If we are talking about the characteristics, then derived from the expression formal education, outside the boundaries of formal education, conscious and deliberate, to be organized for a homogeneous group. Homogeneous group means there is no homogeneous in age. Homogeneous means they are coming to learn a homogeneous thing. Means they are coming to learn for how to swim, okay, how to dance. So each and every group, that's why they are called as homogeneous. Means they are doing, they are coming to do same thing, they are coming to do learn a same thing, serving the need of the identified group. Identified means first of all they will identify that these people are going to learn about the swimming, okay, so that they will arrange the system according to the swimming education. Okay, this is called as non formal education. Next is scope, or we can say importance of agriculture extension. The following 9 areas indicate the scope of agriculture extension education work. First is increasing the efficiency in agriculture production. Second, increasing the efficiency in marketing, in distribution, and utilization of agricultural inputs and outputs. Third is conservation, development, and use of natural resources. Next is proper management on the farm as well as at the home. Fifth is better family living. It can provide a high standard living of the farmer. Sixth one is youth development, means youth have to attract for the farming, have to attract for the new use of new techniques, developing, just developing in the farming sector. Seventh is leadership development. Eighth, community development. And ninth is improving public affairs for all round development. Means the farmer has to equipped with the information about the new technologies developed in the farming sector. Okay, next is objectives of agriculture extension. What can be the objectives? Okay, one by one we will discuss. The first objective is to provide the farmers the knowledge and help the farmers that will enable him to farm more efficiently and to increase his income. Next is to help in planning, in implementation, the family and the village plans for increasing production in various occupation. In various occupation farmer can increase their production. Okay, we have to give them a plan. Okay, third is to provide facilities for better living. Fourth, to encourage the farmer to grow his own food. Okay, eat well and living well. Next is to promote better social, natural, recreational, intellectual, and spiritual life among the people. We have to aware the people to do these things. Sixth is to open up new opportunities for rural people so that they may develop all their talent and leadership. We have to give them a better environment so that they can expose their opportunities, their talent. Seventh, to help the member of the farm family to a larger appreciation of the opportunities. Okay, we have to help the each and every member of the family so that he or she can contribute in the program. Okay, to train rural people youth for development works, we have to train the youth so that they can give their best in the production. Next is principle of agriculture extension education. There are 13 principles involved in agriculture extension. First is people need and interest. First principle is principle of people's need and interest, means the program should be developed on the base of the need of the people, and people should be interested in that type of program. Second is principle of grassroots level organization. Okay, the development program should be started from the zero level, each and every, so that each and every farmer can get the information. Third is principle of cultural difference. If there is any difference in the culture, okay, then first of all the extension education officer will have to get the knowledge about the culture of that particular area, from where he is going to develop the program. Fourth is principle of cooperation and people participation. Cooperation and participation means the extension education worker, the officer, will have to cooperate with the farmer, and the farmers will have to cooperate with the extension worker, so that their participation will give the successful run of that program. Fifth is principle of cultural change, means the farmer, the extension education officer will have to get the confidence of the farmer community, so that they can agree for changing in the culture, means they are growing one variety from many years, they are growing one crop from many years, so that the extension worker will have to get their confidence that if I am telling you that thing that you have to grow new any crop, then farmer should be agree. First of all, the extension worker should get the confidence of the farmer. Sixth is principle of learning by doing. As we know that learning by doing, if anyone involved in this process, that individual get more knowledge, more experience about that thing. If he or she is going taking that thing by doing. Seventh is principle of trained specialist, means each and every farmer we cannot get special training to each and every farmer. Okay, so first of all we have to select some farmers which we can give the special training, so that they can further train the whole the village, whole the farmers. Okay, because farmer community, there lot of farmers are there, we cannot train each and every, we have to select some few number of farmers, we have to train them, and after that these special trained farmers will give the training to the other farmers. Eighth is principle of adaptability in use of extension teaching methods. Okay, adaptability means if any extension work adopting only one considering only one teaching method, then it is not going to work each and every place. Okay, so there should be a variety in teaching methods. Okay, if one teaching method is not working, then the uh, extension worker can choose the other method. Okay, next is principle of leadership. uh, the leadership is very important in developing of program. Okay, there are some leaders in the farmer community, in the village. Okay, we have to convince these leaders so that they can give the support of whole the farmer community, because the extension education worker will have to get the confidence of these leaders so that they can uh, talk with the other farmers, and they also can get the confidence of their other farmers. Okay, so agriculture extension officer will have to get the confidence of leaders. Okay, this is the principle of leadership. 10th is principle of whole family. The worker should concentrate on each and every member of the family. Okay, because involvement of each and every member of the family in particular program is very important. Okay, so each and every member should be involved in the program. 11th is principle of evaluation. Principle of evaluation is also very important, because after giving the teaching methods, after giving the objective to the farmer, the extension worker should have to evaluate the process. Means the process is going on, which is the process which is going on is going in the right direction or not. Okay, this is the principle of evaluation. 12th is principle of satisfaction. Means that extension worker is really satisfied with the work or not. Means whatever the technique he introduced with the farmer, and farmer has implemented all the techniques, is it okay, is it working good or not? This is the principle of satisfaction. And 13 is principle of indigenous knowledge. As we know that all the farmers have some knowledge, so that extension officer should use that knowledge of every farmer. Next is steps in agriculture. As we know, there are 5 steps in agriculture. First is situation, means the extension worker will have to get analysis of the about the situation, that in which situation the farmer is living right now and which type of problems they are facing. Next is objectives. After identification of the problem, the extension worker will have to get the solutions of that particular problem. Means he have to prepare a roadmap, the objectives, that how the problem can be solved. Next is teaching. After preparing the roadmap, after getting the solution, the extension worker will have to give the solutions by teaching the farmers. Okay, and next is evaluation. Means after giving the teaching methods, after teaching the farmers, the extension worker will have to evaluate the process. Means the process, is it going on, is it in the right direction or not? And last step is reconsideration. Means the extension worker will have to compare the first step, that is situation, and the last step, that is reconsideration. Means to find out that there is change in the problem is solved or not. Okay, so these are the steps. Okay, thank you everyone.